What's up, everyone? Welcome back to another Bracketology update. It is the February 2nd, 2021 edition. In between last Friday and tonight, we've had quite a bit of crazy results in college basketball. So I'm going to break those down real quickly first, and then we'll go to the brackets. Back on Friday night, Illinois got its biggest win of the season against Iowa by 5. Really good game throughout. On Saturday, a lot of big matchups. We had the Big 12 versus SEC, of course. We had Virginia Tech upset Virginia. They beat them by 14. Kind of a surprise, honestly, to me. Oklahoma beat Alabama. That was a good effort by Oklahoma, kind of slowing down Alabama's offense, and Alabama just looked flat in that game. Texas Tech barely beating LSU. Florida picking up the upset against West Virginia. I was a little surprised by that. Missouri having to go to overtime against TCU. Um, Tennessee absolutely blasted Kansas. Georgia Tech upset Florida State, stunned them actually. And then Purdue absolutely runs away against Minnesota. That was an embarrassing loss for Minnesota for sure. Um, Clemson, Duke kind of rolling over Clemson. Going to Sunday, we had Houston beat SMU. Ohio State just really looking sharp against Michigan State. Uh, Michigan State looked like trash, honestly, during that game. Monday's games, Texas Tech wins in a low-scoring defensive slug out against Oklahoma. Didn't like the looks of some of those plays between both teams. Oklahoma playing like a zone 2-3 for most of the game. They're kind of going zone into man. They kind of got bigger in the perimeter. Liked how they did that in that game. Drake, of course, going like 18-0 now or something like that. They've been really showing up for sure. What else do we have? And then earlier tonight, we had Baylor kind of run away from Texas. Baylor was in a close one with Texas, and then kind of ran off a little bit, winning by 14. I thought Iowa was getting to lose to Michigan State. That was kind of scary. Iowa needs to defend better. Tennessee lost to Ole Miss. Tennessee cannot be trusted, I'm telling you. And then West Virginia almost let Iowa State come back and win. Wisconsin beating Penn State by looks like 16 there, and then Kansas beating Kansas State by 23. Maryland on a last-second shot upsets Purdue. I'm not completely surprised. Maryland's been kind of giving some nuisance issues to others, and then we had Clemson beat UNC. But yeah, we've had quite a bit happen in the last few days. I wanted to kind of break it down to you guys. And then right now, IU and Illinois are tied at 66 with 42 seconds left. IU's been in the lead for a lot of the game. Illinois has just been one of those teams this year. They've been just real consistent. I'm going to have my phone over here to my left, kind of watching the score a little bit. But we have a lot of movement, a lot of moving down for some teams, like Kansas, Missouri, UCLA, Iowa, Oregon, Colorado, UConn, but then you have some teams who are moving up for sure, like Drake, Oklahoma, Purdue, Texas Tech. So let's go ahead and get to the bracket, shall we? Of course, the first game we're going to go Gonzaga. Obviously, they've been just amazing this year. Hopefully, they can reschedule that game against Baylor. I'm going to go with Drake over UNC. Kansas, I think, can beat Winthrop. Winthrop just lost their first game of the season. Kansas, though, I don't know, man. Kansas has just been one of those teams this year where they're not looking great at all. You know what? I'm going to go with the upset here. I'm going to go with the 13 seed Belmont over 4 seed Missouri. Missouri I really don't know. Missouri looks like pretenders this year right now. And they took them overtime to beat TCU. TCU's not a very good team. I'm going to take Seton Hall knowing beat Arkansas but beat UCLA. UCLA is kind of a fragile team as well, along with Missouri. We're going to go Iowa over Siena. But if Iowa can't defend, I could see them losing in the first round. They've got to defend, and their guard play has to be better. I don't know. Just seems like they're the supporting cast of Luka guards that just they're not as good as what I thought they were going to be this year. They've been showing some good highlights this year, but at the same time, they've been letting down a bit too. I'm going to go Rutgers over Clemson, and I'm going to go Texas over Northeastern. Although Texas has been a little shaky. I mean, it's not really bad. It's just it's tough competition. Gonzaga over Drake. I could see that being a pretty decent game, but Kansas and Belmont. I almost want to take Belmont over Kansas, but you know, Kansas can really kind of show up. But I'm gonna do things a little bit differently. I'm gonna, like I said, I'm gonna start making some weird picks here and there, and whatnot. Or I don't know if I'm really calling them weird. Well, I'm really calling them weird picks, but I'm gonna go with the Cinderella run. Why not? I'm gonna go with Belmont to the Sweet 16. I know it's kind of crazy, but Kansas can lose to anyone. Gotta think about it. Iowa Seton Hall. I'm gonna go Iowa. We're gonna go Texas over Rutgers. I mean, Rutgers can pull it together a little bit for sure. Illinois up 68-66, 39 seconds left. Trent Frazier made some free throws. Gonzaga, Belmont. Belmont's run ends. We got Gonzaga, and then Iowa, Texas. I'm gonna go with Texas. Iowa's defense. I'm worried about it. I really am. But then I'm gonna go with Gonzaga to the Final Four. I don't know who can beat them. I really don't know. So who's going to face Gonzaga? We got Villanova. Just say Illinois. Oh my gosh, I'm kind of tired. Sorry, it's like 11:30, and I've been tired today. But IU tied it up at 68 with 31 seconds left. I'm gonna go Boise State over Minnesota. Minnesota just has let things go. It seems like lately. Florida State versus the winner, Stanford, Colorado State. At this point, I think Stanford will win. Stanford just lost to USC actually, but they've been kind of hanging tough lately. Colorado State's just been, I think, too oscillating this year. It's really kind of followed them through enough. Oklahoma over UC Irvine. I'm at 7. Would take Florida State or Stanford, by the way. Florida St. Louis. I can see the upset. St. Louis does score a bunch, but Florida, um, I think they'll take it there. Illinois, Wofford. Illinois, come on. I don't know, man. They got the talent to go far, but can they like put it together? I'm gonna go Oklahoma State over Oregon, Houston over Sam Houston State, Villanova Boise State. We're gonna go Villanova, and then Florida State versus Oklahoma. I'm gonna take Oklahoma. I've liked how they've been able to play defense without their best player on the court. I forgot to mention that they did not play with Austin Reeves. Austin Reeves really makes that offense whole. You know, that's a dangerous team. Oklahoma can really do some damage in this tournament. We'll see. I mean, they can really manipulate the transition of your offense, make it hard to drive in the lane. They really force you to go on the outside a lot. Florida, Illinois. We're gonna go Illinois. Although I could see the upset there. Florida's a tricky team in the tournament. They usually do pretty well no matter what seed they are. Houston, Oklahoma State. I want to pick the upset here personally, but I don't know, man. If Houston could play that defense they play against Oklahoma State will eventually run out of gas. I think Houston could take it. Villanova, Oklahoma. I'm going to go with the upset. I can't get behind Villanova. They almost lost to Seton Hall again. I mean, the first time around was understandable. It looks like we're going to go to overtime with IU and Illinois. There's 1 second left. Trace Jackson Davis had a defensive rebound. Cockburn missed a jumper. It's interesting. But Villanova is a team that I think I don't know. I'm really not really into them so much right now at the moment. I just think they could get upset early. I wouldn't be surprised. Illinois and Houston, this is such a tough one because anything can literally happen. You can have Houston beat Illinois by I don't know. I think the talent with Illinois definitely has it in them. I think to get to the Elite Eight. That's one of my pick them to go to the Elite Eight. But if Illinois runs into Oklahoma, I mean, okay, look, we're going into overtime with IU and Illinois. But I think if Oklahoma and Illinois face off in the tournament, I don't know if Illinois can get around Oklahoma. Oklahoma knows how to like lock down the inside, and Cockburn loves to get in the inside, of course, and um, I I'm gonna have to take Oklahoma to the Final Four. I have to do it. I really didn't want to do it, but they have proven to me that they could beat almost pretty much anyone they can. They have been really sticking it to teams lately, and they can slow down. I mean, Alabama. Look at Alabama; they just got slowed down by them. Some argue that Alabama's in a weak SEC. That's understandable. And Oklahoma's been a tough conference, so maybe Alabama might be overrated. Who knows? But I can't say they're overrated right now. They've been playing great. Baylor over the playing game. We're gonna speed this up a little bit. Xavier over BYU. West Virginia, Toledo. I could see the upset. But West Virginia, if West Virginia can score and play the defense they did, especially earlier in the season, what times I saw earlier in the season, they are a deep team. They can make a deep run. I almost want to pick the upset here because Wisconsin is a team, they just don't have like that star player, like the one player that stands out. They're more of a, they have like a rather balanced team in terms of talent. I think Wisconsin though can beat UAB, but I don't know. UAB made a shocker though 6 years ago against Iowa State. 6 years ago against Iowa State. If I said that wrong, I repeated myself. Virginia Tech, Indiana. I think Indiana can make the upset. I just think Virginia Tech is a little bit, I don't know. Tennessee, Grand Canyon. I could also see Tennessee losing this game. Tennessee beats Kansas. Then they turn around and lose to Ole Miss, and Ole Miss isn't even that good. I mean, I don't know where you get this from. I really don't. Um, I could definitely see Grand Canyon winning this game. Tennessee's a team that I know they got Fulkerson. I, you know what? I'm gonna do things a little bit differently. I'm gonna take Grand Canyon. Actually, why not? I'm gonna make things a little bit different this time. I'm gonna start making a little bit of these picks more often, anyways. We get closer to March Madness to kind of be like, hey, I think this team can do it. I'm just gonna go ahead and do it right here since it's like bracketology stuff. Just to show you guys who I think could make that big upset. USC Loyola Chicago. I don't know. I know Loyola Chicago's on fire right now. I think I'll take them in the upset. USC, excuse me. USC though, looking to be a top contender in the Pac-12. Ohio State, Louisiana, Baylor, and Xavier. I don't think it's even close. West Virginia, we're going to go West Virginia over Wisconsin. Indiana, Grand Canyon, we're going to go IU. Then Loyola Chicago versus Ohio State. Ohio State, I think, will win that game. Ohio State plays a rather clean game. What is going on? All right, Baylor over West Virginia. And then IU, Ohio State, we're gonna we're gonna need to have to go with Ohio State, and then I'm gonna take Baylor to the Final Four. Baylor definitely, just I don't know, Baylor, just so good, just so good. By the way, overtime started against IU, Illinois, Michigan, UMBC, Michigan, of course, Louisville, San Diego State. Coin flip at this point. I'm gonna take San Diego State. Creighton, St. Bonaventure. I'm going to take the 12-5 upset. Creighton I do not like the close games they get involved with. I really don't. Texas Tech and Liberty, we're going to go Texas Tech. Purdue over LSU. Virginia Navy, we're going to go Virginia. Although, Virginia is also another team that could lose in the first round, just like I was mentioning with Tennessee. I don't know, man. Some teams are just really strange this year, especially. I mean, Virginia's got a history of dry scoring droughts. UConn over Colorado. UConn could definitely, I think, win a game at least in the tournament as long as they keep things rolling for themselves. Alabama, Cleveland State, we're going to go Alabama. Michigan, Louisville, we're going to go Michigan. St. Bonaventure, Texas Tech. I got to take Texas Tech. Loved the way they played on Monday night yesterday. They really hanged in there against a really tough, gritty Oklahoma team with down their main starter at least. I think they may have had another starter injured. I don't know. One thing I forgot to mention too, Oklahoma's bench is really good too, so that will definitely go in their favor towards the tournament. But how far can they take it? We'll see. Purdue, Virginia. I want to take Purdue here, but I gotta go Virginia. I don't know why. If you want to take Purdue, if you could take Purdue there, honestly, it wouldn't even matter. Alabama over UConn. Although UConn in the tournament, they are dangerous usually. They just don't. It don't matter what seed they are. They usually just they'll do what they want. Michigan versus Texas Tech. I have to go with Michigan. I've liked the way they've played this year. Just I could see Texas Tech winning, but the thing is, I know Mac McClung has played well, but Michigan has such great size. They play fast. Texas Tech can play fast, but it's like I just trust Michigan more in a situation like this. And then we got Virginia versus Alabama. Um I'm gonna go Alabama, and then I'm gonna go Michigan to the Final Four. I know I got 3 1 seeds. I didn't want to really do that. It is what it is. Next time I will not do 3 1 seeds to the Final Four. It rarely works out like that anyway. Gonzaga, Oklahoma. Oklahoma can make it tough, but I think Gonzaga can get it in the end. I don't know. We're going to go Baylor over Michigan. Who do I think is going to win the tournament? I'm going to go Baylor. They just looked really good this year. Like, just a very, very powerful team. But yeah, that'll do it for the bracketology. Sorry, it ran a little long. I think it ran a little long. Let's see what we got here. We're at, oh, that's not bad. 1642, basically. So I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care, everyone. And yeah, talk again soon.